confused and bewildered on deportation. Anybody know what's up with what's going on? I certainly don't. It's funny. I was thinking about a great Dave Chappelle skit where he was with Charlie Murphy's Real Hollywood Stories, and they did one with Rick James. And they had Rick James actually contradicted himself, did the exact same opposite within two separate sentences. It was funny. They rewound it and played it again. So I don't know. There's some days Stephen Miller is in charge of immigration, and then other days Donald Trump is in charge. Who the hell knows what's going on? So, we were told first that, okay, everybody that is in the country illegally must be deported. We've got to get them all out. Then Trump said, "Well, I love the farmers, and I'm a farmer, and I love farmers, and no, we got to give farmers this, and we need staffers at the Trump hotels too to clean the rooms and do all that good stuff and work at the golf courses." So he changes his mind. Then Stephen Miller says, "No, we got to get everybody out," and then Trump backtracks again. And then you just had Republicans in the state of California saying, "Come on, man, we have to have some sort of path to citizenship for people at some point in time." And then we have alligator Alcatraz. Um, Listen, okay, as a deterrent, I get it because essentially that's what it is. There was an airstrip in the middle of the Everglades, and they set this thing up. And again, I think that's a lot of performance theater as well, trying to get people to self-deport. But people, the reality of the situation is we need immigrants here in this country. We need to make them legal, okay, in some way, shape, matter, form. They need to learn the language. We need to do all of these things. That's just a simple reality. It's a television show I'm watching uh, right now. I was just back home. It's Stanley Tucci. I love those. Yeah, I loved Anthony Bourdain. Thought he was one of the best shows ever done. Tucci's doing another one right now, and it's great. And it was in a part of Italy, Lombardy's, where a lot of the dairy was done, and they lost many of their workers in that part of Italy that worked on the dairy farms. They moved into Milan, had jobs in the city as that city continued to grow, and they needed the workers. And what Italy did was they actually went to India, and they got people from India, actually Sikhs, that that's what they did in India, and offered them an opportunity to become an Italian citizen and handle this area of work in Italy, and it's worked out great. Um, Again, you need a system, okay, and we don't have that by any stretch of the imagination. You can't have open borders. You can't allow all these people. I understand all that, and I got to give it to the Trump administration. Tom Homan did a great job shutting the damn door. But I'm sorry. Any way you shake it, people. I'm sorry. You're not going to convince me. You're not going to convince me that rolling up on people that have been in the country for 15 years legally, that have raised a family, and taking them and throwing them into some detention center is a good look. I'm sorry. No, we got to come up with something. It's absolutely ridiculous. And don't tell me you're going to get all of the 7 million able-bodied men off their freaking couch to go ahead and do that work. It's just not going to friggin' happen, man. Sorry, not going to happen. We need to put a system in place, and they need to do it quickly. They need to do it quickly because these people will be conservative. Okay, these are more often the ones that are here. These are conservative. These are hard-working people. I don't have any problem with them being here and doing this work. And in fact, I think it's great to get them out of the shadows. And again, I know I've said this before in previous podcasts, and I repeat myself from time to time. But when I lived, back was like down around the Sarasota Bradenton area in Florida, it's like every week. every week my church would donations and this, that for all of the migrant workers that were working in the farms in Central Florida. Um, Again, I want them to get a prevailing wage. People say, oh, it'll drive wages down. They're not going to drive wages down if they're legal. Now, again, story after story, farmer after farmer, construction worker, contractor out there can't get work done. They can't find any, they can't fill the damn jobs for crying out loud. Now what? Now what are you going to do? I think contractors say, listen, jobs that used to take us a day, now I'm trying to hire, people around here and turn a 1 day job into a 4 day job. It's an absolute freaking disaster. What do you think that's going to do to inflation? Again, no problem having people coming in, has to be done the right way. What we have right now, again, I'm confused. I'm bewildered. Is Stephen Miller in charge? Is Donald Trump in charge? Who knows? Watchdog on wallstreet.com.